Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taste of Whisky.com. This is my son Ben, and today we have a closer look at the Singleton of Dufftown, 15 years of age, and we have a new equipment in this studio. We have a footrest. So we're sitting longer here.
Yes, the upcoming live tastings will be really comfortable.
Yeah.
Because if you sit there for 2 hours, you have to have a good chair.
Yeah.
And I think we're
The
now
chair is
really
good. The footrest is even better.
very well equipped now.
Yeah.
Dufftown. I've been to Dufftown. I've seen a few distilleries in Dufftown, but unfortunately I haven't been into the Dufftown distillery in Dufftown.
Dufftown was... Rome was built on 7 hills. Dufftown was built on 7 stills. So Dufftown is one of the not so popular distilleries, but they are one of the smaller ones. The equipment is quite pressed into the old buildings. They are a little bit hidden in a small dip, in a small valley. So I don't know if they are today open to the public. I was there, I think, 20 years ago or something, or even more than 20 years. But time does not move fast in those distilleries. They keep staying the same over the years. And today we have the 15-year-old for a price of round about 40 euros, pounds, which is really cheap for a 15-year-old in these days. And the design of the bottle and the card box has changed a little bit. And they like to reflect the old days with this greenish flat bottle, not the standard liquor bottle, but show how it was in former years. And the whiskey matured in ex-bourbon cask as well as ex-Oloroso sherry casks, seasoned Oloroso sherry casks. So that's what I know from the papers.
Yeah, 15 years old. That's nice that they have an age statement bottle. I think they didn't they also have a non-age statement whiskey? Didn't they go with something fire and something blah? Wasn't that?
I'm not quite sure. I know they have a 12-year-old as well as an 18-year-old.
Or was it just the Singleton brand they had? Singleton is kind of a brand of its own, isn't it?
Yeah,
they have Singleton
for the Asia market.
Glenord, and yeah, it's for the Asia market. Yeah.
This one, I think, is also now in Europe and other parts of the world. But in former times, the Singleton was used for other markets. Oh, I see. The label has changed.
It feels bigger than. There has been a design change in 2020. Or was it? Yeah, 2020, mid-2020. And it feels bigger. The bottle feels bigger.
It's 0.7 liters.
I also feel there is a trend going on for the bottlings that coming out to use more glass in your bottles. Last time we had, I think it was Macallan with such a huge glass bottom. Today I had a small bottle which was really heavy, also a lot of glass. So not quite sure if it was just me having 2 or 3 bottles in my hand that had more glass, or if it's a trend within the industry.
Probably due to the bigger amount of mail order in the world, where the glass bottle should be a little bit thicker than normal. Yeah, don't know.
So you can here are the serving choices.
Yeah, they would sell just selling neat on the rocks, soda, and
what's yours? So you can mix it anyhow you like it. I mean, everybody should be allowed to enjoy their drink how they like it, but if you want to have the maximum in flavor, then neat.
Maximum in whiskey flavor. So there is a vanilla tone in the front, then a little spicy and dry, then some fruitiness, and then maltiness. So this is really a typical malt whiskey, single malt whiskey from the Speyside. Fruity and vanilla and some spiciness, but not too much. Yeah.
I do love it because it has that distinct apple flavor. It has that green apple flavor that is a fresh, juicy apple combined with some whiskey, some oak, also with a more fresh fruit. But the apple is really stinging out. It's mildly sweet. There's a bit of sweetness going on here. A little bit. You mentioned that caramel, or was it vanilla? A little bit of that.
But the
bourbon
caramel
character.
is there as well.
Bit of a bourbon character is in there. A little bit of a bourbon barrel character. But I love it. It's a very enjoyable smell.
Very typical for a Speyside.
Very typical for a Speyside. I would have expected less. It's just Singleton of Dufftown is not such a big name to have big expectations for, but so I like it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. So it's a little bit. You have the camera for me. So it's a little bit. It had been a little bit cold here, so it stood somewhere in the cold, and showing distinct spiciness, distinct espresso in the aftertaste, becoming drier. Sweetness on the top, but coffee and espresso in the back. Yeah. So this is definitely 15 years of age.
I would have expected much more youth. With the apple, I always consider apple and pear to be one of the more distillery character features, but it does have a good maturity. But I would also say it's not one of these very additive matured whiskeys. It has a bit of maturity and it's round and nice, but the flavors don't stick out that much.
You do not have the coffee note in the back?
Yeah, it does have that oak that combined with a bit of a bitterness, and I don't drink coffee, so I'm not that an expert if it's really that coffee flavor. I would have gone for maybe coffee, maybe cacao, something in that direction, or really, really, really bitter chocolate.
You have to taste it not too long. It's dry. You have to taste.
I like it. It's very different to the smell, to the aroma. So when you have it in your nose, it's a pleasant, fruity, fresh, fruity Speyside. When you have it in your mouth, it's more of a French oak, seasoned Oloroso, bittersweet chocolate type of whiskey.
Yeah, it's dark and mature. But the aftertaste again is not that long, but shows some spiciness from the oak. Yeah, so for a €40 pound whiskey, it's really mature. Shows oakiness and shows these light sherry notes as well as vanilla and caramel. So it's a very typical but oaky single malt whiskey from the Speyside. Yeah.
But you have to be in the mood for it. It's a
yeah.
It's a
stronger, yeah.
strong and full-bodied dark flavors whiskey that you enjoy. I would have expected much more fruitiness and dried fruitiness if it has Pedro Ximénez Oloroso seasoned casks. Wait, Pedro Ximénez Oloroso seasoned cask? You mean Pedro Ximénez and Oloroso seasoned cask?
For the Pedro Ximénez, it's not sweet enough. So it can't be that many casks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I like it. It's good, but you have to be in the mood for it. You have to be in the mood for a bittersweet whiskey. So if you like these kind of whiskeys, then it's just the dram for you. But Everything else, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.